Bronny James, after planning to go to the after entering the transfer portal, leaving USC after one season, has now decided to take that to another level and enter his name in the 2024 NBA draft. He still has college eligibility, and despite having Rich Paul, who's of course his father's agent, as an agent as well, works for Clutch Sport, retains all his eligibility, has a choice to remove his name from the draft and go back to college. Here's a question. It's not even a question of whether first of all, he's going to keep, you don't go this far and not keep it. You don't declare for the draft and not keep your name in the draft if you're Bronny James. I just don't see it happen. To be honest with you, I don't see that happening. I think that he is clearly is going to enter the draft. And I don't see him playing college basketball next year. I'll be shocked. So it's not a question of whether or not he's going to get drafted. He's going to get drafted. He's going to get drafted. There's going to be a team that feels like they can lure LeBron James if they draft Bronny James, or hell, it might be the Los Angeles Lakers who draft Bronny James with a second round pick. There'll be teams that will take a flyer on him as a late first round pick, believe it or not. I promise you. All it takes is one dummy. That's all it takes is one. The question to me is, you're LeBron James, right? And I think this tells me that next year is going to be LeBron James' last year, to be perfectly honest with you. I think next year is going to be LeBron James' last year. But if you're LeBron James, I mean, what's more important, Bronny James' development or the fact that, or the idea of you playing with Bronny James, with LeBron James Jr.? You can't tell. He's not a pro right now. As we stand here on April 10th, 2024, Bronny James is not a pro basketball player. He's not a pro. If he wasn't LeBron James' son, we wouldn't even be having a conversation for a guy who averaged 5.8 points a game and on a bad USC team. We wouldn't be even remotely having this conversation about this player. And by the way, I'm giving him grace from the standpoint he had a cardiac arrest last summer. So I'm not saying that he could not take a jump from this year as a freshman to next year as a sophomore and improve, confidence, physically, conditioning, everything. Just would it surprise me if Bronny James went back to college next year and averaged 20 points a game and was a star? And would that surprise me? No, it actually would not surprise me. I would say, okay, he went the whole summer working on basketball. He wasn't mentally or physically recovering from, a heart attack in essence. We're talking about what is his best interest as far as his development long term. I'm sure like LeBron James wants Bronny James to have some type of NBA career that goes past playing with LeBron James. I'm sure he does. He wants that. But right now, this dude is not. He's not a pro. He's not a pro. He's not amongst the 58 best players coming that are eligible to be drafted. Period. Point blank. It's not even in this debate. So it's a very interesting situation. LeBron, you don't get to where LeBron James is at without being ambitious, without, from a business standpoint, taking risks. I mean, it's a risk to come out. It was a risk for him to come out as a high school. It's still, I mean, as talented as he was, still, you're coming out of high school directly going from high school to pro. So I say that to say all that to say LeBron James has always been a risk taker. This is a risk that, you get the sense that LeBron James wants this for himself, that he's kind of putting himself here first with this particular situation. You kind of get that sense. Fair. You want to say fair or unfair, but that young man is not a professional basketball player right now. He's not. We'll see what happens. If I had to guess, Lakers would, the Lakers had the 55th pick in the second round. Like, they're gonna roll out the full court press for LeBron James Jr. If you're Genie Bus, they're gonna give him one last mega extension. They're gonna go all out. They're gonna do everything in their power to appease LeBron James. And what more appeasing can you do? It couldn't be any more appeasing than drafting his son.